What up, everybody? It's your boy Flaco, and thank you for joining me tonight for another beer review. And tonight we are doing a beer that my wife's uncle actually gave to me in another package. He sent home a package for me with my wife. He is doing some kind of special diet right now that's not allowing him to drink beer. I didn't say liquor or hard stuff like that. I just said beer. He's not allowed to drink beer right now. So he gave me what was left over in his fridge, which I do appreciate. Thank you, Chris. Shouts out to you. Guys, check out, if y'all ever need any septic work or anything like that, go ahead and check out his company, Aloha Septic. Little shout out, free promotion for you, brother. There you go. And he gave me several brews that you'll see later on in other series, but gave me some everyday sippers too, like some Modelos and shit, so I will be getting down on those as well. But I saw one in here, and I thought I might go ahead and do it. And it's very crazy because I had a homegirl on Facebook, Nimby, and she told me, had I ever tried the Dallas Blonde? I said, I have, but I just haven't done a review on it, right? I just so happened, and I did that, we were replying on post today about that, and I just so happened to get a Dallas Blonde in the care pack from Uncle Chris. So bam, we are going to go ahead and do the Dallas Blonde. It is coming in at a 5.2% alcohol by volume, and it is out of Dallas, Texas, I believe. Let's go ahead and venture to the website and see what it says. Oh, I might have messed up. Well, it is made from the Deep Elm Brewing Company, right? And it says, love runs deep. You got a little blonde-haired little girl on the label there, which is pretty cool. A lot of nice little buildings and whatnots all around here. And it's the website says Dallas Blonde. What does that mean? To us, it is the latest new beer from the DEBC and will be available year-round. We're launching this new addition to the lineup at Katy Trail Ice House on Friday, August 3rd. I guess that was when they were just launching this beer out. They put that out there. And let's check it out. What else does it say? It says Dallas Blonde, 5.2% alcohol by volume. Also 23 on the IBUs. Citrusy balanced session ale. So they're calling it a session. I'm not sure if it qualifies as a session, man. Session is usually below 5% alcohol by volume, and this is at a 5.2. But anyways, who am I to judge? They the ones making the beer. I'm just drinking it, right? So then they got a style is an American blonde ale. The hops that they use on this bad boy are the Summit and Bravo Glacier, Palisade, and Mandarin hops there. The malts are pale ale, vina, and white wheat. The yeast used to make this is an English ale yeast. And like they said, it's available year-round. So, I mean, if you can catch this one, catch it, man. I don't quite remember what it tastes like, to be honest with you guys. It was a while ago that I did try it. So, let's just go ahead and do it to it. We'll go ahead and get us a glass here. And today, we'll go ahead and do this one for my boy Junior and use the Dodge Boot, or the Boot, Texas Boot. So if you'll go ahead and join me in raising your glasses with whatever you're sipping tonight, we'll go ahead and pop the top on that thing. And we'll pour it up. Look at that. Really carbonated. thick little head. I was a little aggressive with it, but you know, and it is definitely blonde. It doesn't look that blonde to you guys right here, but it does fit the style classifications, man. When you hold it up to the light, it is very blonde. If you can see that, guys, it is very blonde and very clear, very see-through. The head is an off-white, almost yellowish type of color. I guess that's why they call it the blonde. Got yellow on its head. And so again, 5.2% alcohol by volume, 23 on the IBUs. It is, they're calling a citrusy balanced session ale. Let's go ahead and get a nose on it. And it just smells very crisp, light weediness, barely a hint of any citra on there. Sharp, very crisp, very clean smelling. And that's pretty much it. Just crisp and slight citrus, but pretty much nothing really. Let's go ahead and do it to it. Again, Dallas Blonde right here.
Nope, not two. Three. Oh, this is so exciting.
That's good. It's good. Blondes, that's not really my thing, right? They're like a step up from lagers for me. Just a little bit more citrus, a little bit more hop on there. But this one's nice, man. This one's real good. You can definitely drink this one by the pool. Definitely drink this one at a barbecue. It is a blonde, man. It is a blonde. It's very weedy, slight pininess to it. So they did give it a little bit of hop character, which I do love. But just real weedy and crisp, real fresh, little bready, some sweetness to it. Definitely a good beer, man. A lot of girls would like this one if you can get them into sipping new stuff, new crafts. A blonde session ale wouldn't be a bad way to start. Deep Ellum Brewing Company out of Dallas, Texas. You guys are doing your thing, man. I don't know if this is Dallas or what, or if this is just the illustration. But does anybody recognize this building there? If you know what building that is, and if it is a real building indeed from Dallas, Texas, why don't you go ahead and shout it out and see. Comment on the comments below and what it might be. I'm thinking it's Dallas because of this little thing right here. There's a spinny ball that you can go have eat. You know, inside of that very tall ball. I'm thinking that's the Dallas skyline, man, or some part of downtown Dallas, or maybe even the street that this brewery's on. It's pretty badass, man. Whoever did the arts on this label here, it's fucking badass, man. You gotta give appreciation to the good artwork when you find it on craft beer. And that's the beautiful thing about craft beer, man. It's very artistic, all the way down from the whole brewing process to the labeling itself, man. Craftmen go into making this beautiful art, this drinkable, enjoyable art. Different styles, different ingredients, different things to make a good beer, right? And then they go ahead and they package it and they put it in unique packaging. I mean, I've seen artists all over, man, doing badass fucking can artwork, you know. If I ever make a brew, man, which I plan on, if I ever make a brew and we bottle it, my label's gonna be badass. You gotta fucking believe it, man. So this one here, for a blonde, being a blonde, we're gonna judge it as a blonde.
Poor little guy is thirsty. Look at him. Hey, wow, man, you sure know my weight sounds right.
I'll go ahead and give it a good old.
We get some water and you put it near the butt. We can get the word God to go inside the butt. Great idea.
I'll go ahead and give it a 7.
Can we have a bowl of water, please?
I'll give it a 7. It's good for a blonde, you know.
Cool water that should cool very quickly.
But I don't know, man. There's this. There's this. I don't know what it is, man. It's like this flat beer flavor that comes after you get the initial goodness with the hoppiness, little slight bitterness. But as you get down to this level of the beer, that gets less and less, and you get more of a flatness. Now you know this beer is not flat. You see that? But there's that remembrance, that taste. I don't know if you guys have tried a keg that's lost all its carbonation, or you know, like or even had a keg afterwards, like the ends of the keg where it's not too much left in there, and it kind of starts tasting flat. This is it, man. It has that flatness to it, but it's good. It's a good style. But yeah, it just has that flatness to it. That's why I get a 7. There's other blondes I've had have been, you know, they didn't have that flatness and they did have that hoppy bite, and I would have graded them a lot higher than that. But I don't know if it's just the age of this beer or what. I don't see the bottle date on it, which is a bummer, because I really love when breweries go ahead and put the bottle date on it. It's really honest, and it lets you know whether or not you have a beer that's worth buying off of the shelf. Because I mean, sometimes it might not be the brewery's fault. It might not be that people don't like the beer and the beer sat on the shelf forever. It might be that this dumbass forgot to put the beer out from the back. It's been sitting in the back forever instead of putting it on the shelf. And so now that he's putting it on the shelf, it's out of date. So it might not always be, when you see a beer that's out of date, there's a lot of it, and it's getting close to being out of date, and there's still a lot of it, don't always assume that it's a bad beer and nobody's buying it. It just could be a mix-up of the people who own the establishment buying the beer and keeping it in the back until it's a little too late. Best thing to do is buy your beer within a month or two of it being made, even a few weeks, man, if you can. The fresher the better, especially when you come to IPAs. Stouts, you can let them sit a little longer. But stuff like this, you want to sip it as fresh as possible. Lagers and stuff like that, you want to sip it as fresh as possible. They tend to lose their characteristics a lot sooner than a lot of the other beers, just because they're less hoppy and less influenced and they're more just wheat. So after a while, they start getting that flatness. And I think that might be what's happening to this one, because I think the last time I had a Dallas Blonde, I really enjoyed it. This one I'm not really enjoying so much. Therefore, we'll give it a 7.5, man. It's not a bad beer, even at this state here. Not a bad beer, but if I was to base it off of this judgment right here, I probably wouldn't waste my money on it, to be honest. But I don't think this is how this beer is supposed to taste. So we'll have to come back to this beer, do it again on a bottle that I know is fucking fresh. Shout out to Chris, man, for blessing my game with all these bottles, man. I mean, cans of all this beer. I really do appreciate you, man. Again, if y'all need any septic work done, either an installation of a new tank or maintenance of an old one, my boy Chris, man, Aloha Septics. The number's listed below, right here, bam. Y'all hit him up. Tell him Flacos sent you. He's gonna hook y'all guys up, give y'all a nice, good price, a fair price, honest work, honest man. So check him out, and again, cheers. Shouts out for all the beer that you provided today. We'll do plenty of beer reviews with those, and go ahead and shout you out again on every single one, man. Cheers, cheers, and cheers. And again, guys, oh yeah, check this out. One of my friends, the ones I work with, her and her husband were at a bar this weekend, or at a little place, Table 360, 620, whatever. You guys see me there. If you watch Flacos beer review, you've seen it there. But she was there, and her husband did a mini beer review. So I'm gonna go ahead and post it right here. I wouldn't even call it a beer review, but it's funny as fuck. If you guys want to do some shit like this, you guys send it to me, Hit me up on my Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. The links are at flacosbeerreview.com. So if you want to make a beer review or make a little quick something. Sorry, my daughter is trying to get in with my other daughter. She's ignoring her. But if you want to go ahead and get in on a beer review, maybe pop a top on something or whatever, and just send it to me. It could be 30 seconds. It could be a minute long, whatever. I'll post you up like I'm about to do my boy Billy. So this is my boy Billy and his few words about a beer that he's tried this weekend.
Today on Table 620, we're sampling Uncle Billy's Brewery in Barton Springs Pale Ale. That goes down like cold cat piss.
Like I say, guys, you want to post something, send it to me. I'll put you down on the channel. I appreciate you guys sipping with me and enjoying the beer with me. Channel's still growing, getting new subscribers every day. Appreciate all the love I'm getting. Don't forget to go check out flacosbeerreview.com. New pictures have been posted. I will put a blog site up. There'll be more shit for us to do on there. Just keep checking the site for daily updates, man. It's your boy Flaco, and I'm out.